Welcome back to Nikki's Scrapbooking Adventures. Today we are going on an adventure. So I got the itch to start making cards. Now, I am not very good. I make the simplest cards you can possibly make. And in fact, I'll show you a couple. They're just very, very plain and simple. Now this is using the Echo Park Salutations, I think number 2 or something like that. Number 3, I don't know. I think they have lots and lots of them. And I just picked up this kit because I had it, and I grabbed two papers of each, because one side is cut apart cards that can go on the front of your card, and the other side is pattern paper, so everything coordinates. So I made a huge set of cards using everything I possibly could. And I was like, well, what am I going to do with these cards? Like, how am I going to store them? Because they can't just be out in the open. I mean, I'm not going to make that many cards. And each card kind of has a category, so I want to be able to organize them. So I found a super cute way to organize my cards, okay? Now, let me show you the box that I am keeping these cards in. So this is my everyday box. And so things like Hello Sunshine go in this box with their envelopes. So even here's some Dollar Tree cards. They have some envelopes, and this is how I'm going to store them. I don't have envelopes for these yet. I will have to make them, and that's okay. If you want a tutorial on that, it is super easy with your Martha Stewart scoreboard. They have instructions and everything what to do. But I wanted to show you today how I made these boxes, because it's an adventure. I want to share this tutorial with you, and I'm going to show you all of the boxes that I have made. Like, look at this, look at this. Okay, so these are my categories. Everyday thank you, Mother's Day, Father's Day. I've got sympathy, baby girl, baby boy, and then boy birthday cards and girl birthday cards. Isn't that cute? So then eventually what I'll do later in this video is also show you how I'm going to make a box to hold all of these other boxes, because who am I kidding? I love organizing, and so I really want these to not slip and slide. I want them to go inside of a box. Now, these fit the 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 cards, and they fit about, this is probably the biggest I can go. Let's count. Now these are a little bit smaller. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. About 12 cards. So if you want to make them bigger, you're going to have to use more than a 12 by 12 piece of paper to make them. Just a forewarning. This is out of a single piece of 12 by 12 paper. And it uses quite a bit. So I do have some scrap left, and I may decorate, I'm not sure exactly. So I will set them here so you can enjoy them. And you can see all of my categories. The one category that we are missing is Christmas. So I picked Christmas paper. Now this measures 7 1/2 by 11 3/4. Okay? I couldn't get it to 12, and it doesn't matter. So this is 7 1/2 by 11 3/4. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our scoreboard, and we are going to make several score marks. Okay? So we're going to start at 3/4 of an inch And that is going to be how tall the box is. Okay? 7 3/4. And then we're going to go to 5 1/2. So 5 1/2 minus 3/4 is 3 3/4. So this is going to accommodate the envelope as well, because the envelope is bigger than the card. So that's just something you have to keep in mind, right? The envelope is 4 1/2, I believe. So you have to give it some wiggle room. Next score line is going to be 6 1/4. So the height of the box again, 6 1/4. And last score mark is 6 3, is 11, because this is 11 3/4 wide. So I will repeat those score marks again. You've got 3/4, 5 1/2, 6 1/4, and 11. Now, you're going to rotate your paper. You're going to make 2 score marks. You've got 3/4 for the height of the box. And then 6 3/4. And we're done scoring. Yay! So you probably can see the score lines a lot better on this side of the paper. So again, 3/4, 5 1/2, 6 1/4, and 11. 3/4 and 6 3/4. Okay, so you cannot do this with an 8 1/2 by 11 paper. It's too long. And I want to just show you. These have a little bit of wiggle room. You cannot get a 5 by 7 card in here. Just not going to happen. Too big. Okay, so from here, what we're going to do is we are going to cut to make the flaps to hold the thing together. So along this edge, we are going to cut on each score line until the next score line to make the flaps. Try to get it as straight as you can. Okay, and then we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So just cut on the score line up to the next score line. Skip this step. First, you need to fold. So don't do what I did. Fold first before you cut your flaps, because what's going to happen is now you have to fold every single flap in and crease it. So fold before you cut. Learn my lesson. Fold before you cut. Okay, so we're just going to fold every single crease line. And what's funny is that when I made all these other boxes, I did it the right way because I thought it out. But of course, when you're on video, that just doesn't happen, I guess. You don't think about it. Okay, so fold and then cut. So I'm going to go ahead and fold all these in and crease them using my bone folder. Fold it all in, crease, fold in, and you can really see this box start to take shape. See how that box starts to take shape? Okay, leave these two alone for right now. We're going to take some, you can type Scotch tacky glue. You can use our glitter glue. You can use Nuvo Deluxe adhesive, something type of glue. You're going to fold those in, add glue on each end, and then adhere them to the flap on the inside. Okay, not the outside, because what's going to happen then is that you're going to be able to see that flap, and we don't really want to see the flap. Add some extra adhesive if you need to make sure that your edges are nice and secure. Do the same thing on this side. Fold the flaps in. Add some adhesive. Fold them up. Fold them up. Last step is to adhere these. Now, pay attention if your design on the back is directional. Okay, and what I mean by that is these. Okay, this is directional. It's gonna go this way. So when I open it, it's like this. So instead of making this my top, where my writing is upside down, I added it here. So this is going to be my top piece. Just a little side note. Make sure you pay attention to direction. Okay, I don't have to worry about direction, so I'm just going to go ahead and adhere my flaps to the inside here, kind of pushing along the edge, making sure it's flush. Making sure this one's flush too. Okay. So now we have our box. Yay! Box, 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 box. Last step is to add the label. Now, I'm super cheap, and I have been using these shipping labels from the Dollar Tree. They are about 4x6 size, and you get 18 of them. So I just cut them down to what I need them. So this is 3/4 of an inch high. So I just cut them at a half. And I put my labels on all 3 sides. Because when I originally started making this, I wasn't sure how I was going to do the box. Or if I was going to do a box, or how I was going to store these. And I just kept going. I kept adding categories. So this is going to be where I put my additional Christmas cards. Now, will I send more than 12 Christmas cards? Yes. But if I want to, I could start making them today. Now this is my plan for Christmas cards this year. But next year I think I'll do something smaller. See how these, I believe, are 5.5 by 7. These are A7 size cards. So they're not going to fit in my box. And there's 24 of them. So Christmas this year is probably going to be super simple. I do have a 1-year-old son. So I have to make things simple for myself. And I got these on like super clearance. So I think it was like 70% off after the season. Same with this wood block stamp. So that is going to be how I make it super simple on myself this year. I won't add them to here. But if I get ideas, or say this is kind of what I'm thinking in the back of my mind, you know, some of those cut apart cards aren't suited for scrapbook pages. So I can put those cut apart cards in these boxes and save them for cards when I go ahead and go to make these. I don't have to have these full right now. Like, I don't have any Mother's or Father's Day cards. partly because I'm using all the Father's Day cards that I had, and Mother's Day is already done. So when I come across collections that have those cut-apart cards, I think, oh, that would be perfect for a card, but not necessarily a layout, I can add them to this box. Let me see if I can find an example for you. So here is a perfect cut-apart card example. I've got you on my mind. Get well soon. Hello, hello, hello. Miss you dearly. Thinking of you. Hey, you. Got you on my mind. Well wishes. Hope the sun shines down on you today. All of these cut-aparts would be perfect for cards. So what I can do is cut them apart and add them to my boxes. Now, I've done that kind of already with my birthday. So, Let's Party is a great little tag. So I just stuck the tag in here. And maybe I will add it to an actual present and put the name of us on the back. So I already added the eyelet and I'm just going to set it right in here. So this is a great way to be prepared for the next time you see people and you need to bring a card.